On tonight's Hot Topic Tuesday, the holiday season is here, and while many find it joyous, for some it can be challenging. Joining us now is Lisa Zoll, the founder, owner, and clinical manager behind Grief Relief LLC with emotional support dog Riley. Thanks for being here tonight. So first of all, what impact can the holidays have when it comes to mental health?
I think it turns up the volume, I think, of people that have grief and are struggling with depression and anxiety. I think it tends to make it a little bit worse sometimes because of all the stressors that people are experiencing at this time of the year.
What are some of those stressors? I'm sure it can probably be being with family or, possibly somebody you've lost and not being here.
I think being with family certainly can be a stressor, and certainly losses are more prominent now. People feel them more deeply, I think, now, because we're looking at gathering as a family and gathering with friends, and maybe the person that is supposed to be there isn't there for maybe because of death or possibly in a nursing home, deployed or something. So people spend the holidays without somebody that they love.
Yeah. What are you seeing in your practice?
I think we see dread. I think one of the things that people do is they kind of dread the holiday season as it approaches. And sometimes the dread of what may happen or what may not happen can be worse than the actual day itself.
Yeah. What are the coping skills that people can do to, alleviate that stress?
One thing I think is it's okay to say no. Like, you can know your limits. And people sometimes feel a lot of pressure to do certain things. Like, I have to bake 6 types of cookies. Well, do you have to bake 6 types? Maybe you can just bake 2 types or something. And maybe you're invited to social events and you don't feel really very social if you're feeling depressed or if you're in the midst of some sort of loss. And so maybe you go for a short time and stay for as long as you can handle it. Make sure you have your own car, so if you want to leave, you can.
What symptoms should we look out for?
I would say that you would look for people to start isolating a little bit, maybe staying in bed more than they would usually do, sleeping more than they might. You might also see increased sadness, loss of interest, decreased energy, changes in appetite. And then we look at sort of what the frequency and intensity and duration of those symptoms are.
And what help is out there in case, you feel that you need to reach out to someone?
Well, there's the 988 suicide hotline, and Dauphin County now has Connections, which is a walk-in mental health clinic that's open 24/7. So those are 2 immediate resources that are out there.
How does this little lady help when she's with patients? I can imagine she just lessens the stress.
She does. She has a place on the couch when you come into the waiting room. She often will go to the door and greet people. I'll walk out to get somebody, and she'll be sitting on their lap or beside them, and she'll be looking at me and giving me a side eye. Like, I'm doing a good job, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll come back to sessions and she'll sit and curl up on somebody's lap, and it's pretty amazing. She kind of just knows.
Yeah, releases that stress. She's sleeping on us right now.
I know.
Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it.